What did it take to create my 5-day email list boost challenge? Well, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what I did to create this 5-day challenge. As I tell everybody, I started with a goal in mind. I knew that running everything for the challenge would mean that I couldn't really have lots and lots of people on it, signed up for it, because I wanted to make sure that I gave the best support that I could. So my target was to get 50 people signed up for the challenge. That was my goal. I actually got, I think, 62 or 64, and I was happy with that. And I felt that I still could support people throughout the challenge. Then I started planning the challenge on paper. So I'm a real write down on paper kind of person. So I knew what I wanted to do, and I planned out each day on a piece of A4 paper. And you can see I've got bits of scribbles, and I've scribbled things out and put things in, and I've got deadlines, and I've got resources and all of that on one piece of paper. Up here in the corner, I've got lives need to be no longer than 30 minutes, because I've sat through Facebook lives for challenges. I've signed up some and I've sat through some, and I tell you, there's at least 20 minutes of drivel before they get to the 5 minutes of value. And I wanted to make mine value packed and no longer than 30 minutes. So people who watch live didn't have to spend a lot of time, and people who were watching on catch up could do that really quickly. I had resources, so the resources that I needed for each day, which turned into a workbook, which we'll come on to in a minute, and then what each live would cover. So that was my paper planning. I then worked out the dates. So the challenge was going to start on the 4th of March, and I worked backwards from there to really look at when things needed to be ready. And I knew I needed to start the promotion 3 weeks before. So things had to be ready in time for me to start promoting. So here's my list of things that I needed to get done and when they needed to be ready by. So here I can see the email list, email sequence for the challenge needs to be ready by the 4th of March. That's the daily emails. The Facebook group needs to be ready by the 12th of February, because I was going to start promoting on the 12th of February. And I wanted everyone who signed up for the challenge to be able to access that Facebook group already. So I had the dates written out so that I knew exactly what I had to get done by when. Then I created the landing page, and I'm going to over to screen, and I'm going to show you a few things that I did. Sorry, that's the so I created a landing page. So this is the landing page for the challenge, and I made sure that that was ready to go by the 12th of February, because I knew that I had to start promoting it. So that was ready. Also created the welcome emails. So are the welcome emails I created for anyone that joined the challenge. Would get one of those immediately, and you can see there's 4 of those in that. I also do things like promotional materials. So I created all the things that I needed to, and I also set up this Facebook group. So the Facebook group, pop-up group for the challenge, you can see once the challenge ended, I still posted in there. There's lots of different things. You can see the daily lives in there. Right at the beginning, I wanted people who were joining to not feel like the group was dead. So before I started the challenge, I still had things like the workbook was going out, posted in the group inbox. Had little Q&As that I put in so that people felt that they were getting a little bit more out of the challenge. And of course, I created workbook. I can show you, open that up. Created this workbook in Canva. This list took each thing that I wanted to cover and into a workbook that got sent to people on the Sunday before the challenge started. Here is the workbook. This was created in Canva. I made that in Canva, and each page, a bit of an introduction, each page of the workbook, then about each day of the challenge, and there was a task to do the challenge. So that's how I created the stuff that I needed to promote and get ready for the I'll actually have people sign up for it so that they felt like they were part of a community. I set up welcome posts in the Facebook group. Mind, I was doing this all on my own. I don't have a team behind me. Everything that I did by myself. It was me doing the doing. The next thing that I needed to set up the daily email. So every day there was going to be an email that went out to people telling them what they had to do. So you can see that right here. So these are the daily emails that went out. You can see one, day two, and so on. Those emails went out every day at the beginning of the day. This is an automation, so I didn't have to I just created an automation, and every day automatically at the same time the emails. Now, I also did quite a lot of prep for the lives because I didn't want to forget anything. I didn't want people to feel like they were missing out, and I wanted to give the best support that I could. So I the lives. I didn't stick to prep rigorously, but I had created the lives for every day so that I knew exactly what I was going to talk about, exactly what I was going to say. And I'm just going to go over and share this with you. So here's what I said in day one. I wanted to make sure that people understood what the challenge was about. I talked a little bit about me because there were people on the challenge that weren't on my list, didn't know me, so I gave them a bit of an idea of what they were about. So there you can see it's all written out. I didn't use it as a script. It was just to help me that challenge as full as possible, the live as full as possible, and to just give me some prompts, to give me some ideas of what to say in each live. So that was everything to do with actually getting there and getting the challenge up and running. But really, it doesn't finish when the challenge ends, because there's a call to action. There's a call to action. I did this for a reason. My number one at the beginning was for people to sign up for the challenge, right? That was my number one action at the beginning, at the promotion part. But then I did have some follow-up emails sent out, and they were an offer for the people that signed up. So there was an offer at the end of the challenge which they could pick up, and that was sent with an email. So I sent the email. I did one last live on the Monday after the week of 5, and one last live. And in that live, I summed up everything that we did in the challenge, and I gave them some extra insights. So I gave them some additional information and advice about growing their email list, and told them, teed them up, prepped them for an offer. I didn't tell them exactly what it was because I wanted to create some intrigue. And what I did was I created a landing page that they could go to, went out by email. So I scheduled this already before I did that final live. I scheduled the email so that it went out right after the live finished. They arrived at this landing page. So look at that, and the video of me is talking about my email marketing course, and they went over there, and I built a special bundle, and I had some testimonials in terms of what impact the course had made for people who have been on it. So that was shared via 3 emails because there was an end date by which people could claim the offer, the bundle. So the first email went out straight after the live finished, and then there was one offer lasted a week, and then there was one midway through, and then there was one 24 hours before the offer ended. So all of that prep happened. I put that challenge live, so you can see how much work goes into it. But I wanted to share this with you in case you want to create your own challenge that you want people to sign up for. And you can see the steps that I've followed. And hopefully that's going to help you to create something that will grow your email list, but also to help you find new customers. I hope you enjoyed this, or I could talk about it for ages, but this whistle-stop tour of how I created the 5-day email list boost challenge.